Hello and happy new year. Merry Christmas, happy everything, all of those things. Welcome to the Enlightenment Exchange. I'm excited for today's episode. So, if you are new to the channel, thank you very much for showing up. And if you haven't yet done it, please hit that little subscribe button and the notify me button, however that works. I don't know. It's there, but I don't always see it. Um, so, and if you're a longtime listener, we really appreciate you showing back up, time after time too. So we're just going to really just head right into it because I'm excited for this. I am excited for this topic. So let me tell you what gave me the idea. And also at the end, we'll save a couple of the crazy ones for the end, but also at the end, we're going to draw a card just for, going into 2025. We'll each draw a card. Anyway, so when I went to get my nails done, we were talking about New Year's Eve and, what were our plans. And she said, well, I'm going to be with my friend. We're going to do this and we're going to do this. And then we're going to throw lentils. I said, what? Throw lentils. I said, okay, well, that sounds like somebody just made that up. So then when I came home, I started doing a little research, on lentils and New Year's Eve rituals and what have you. And I was like, some of these really make a lot of sense to me, especially, because I love the energy and I love to play in the energy. So from an energetic perspective, I think that some of them really make a lot of sense. And we talk all the time about intention, right? So yep. I think that I think people have been doing some of these things, forever. So
yeah, it's an imprint now.
Yeah, I think it is part of the collective consciousness.
Yep.
So there are some that are more amusing than others. There are some, like one I will never do, and I do have Scandinavian roots, but you will never find me eating herring ever. Ever.
Okay. All right. I'll take over that one for you.
Okay, you can have my share. Anyway, okay, let's see. Coventina's with us.
All right.
She said she's got a friend who always has a party and cooks black-eyed peas for luck.
That's on our list, actually.
That is on our list. So what I have in the research that I did is black-eyed peas are often served with collard greens and cornbread. They symbolize, the black-eyed peas symbolize coins. Greens represent paper money and cornbread signifies gold. So black-eyed peas for fortune.
Yep.
But also, crazily enough, I was watching an episode of Beat Bobby Flay, the holiday episode, and Damaris Phillips, who is a country girl at heart. Their segment was with black-eyed peas, and she said the reason people eat black-eyed peas on New Year's Day is because when you cook them, they expand. And so it's like expanding abundance.
Sweet.
Which I think, however you look at it, and the traditions come from different places.
Yeah.
I can't remember. So she's from the South, but somewhere else they eat black-eyed peas. It's not on my list though. So have you ever had black-eyed peas on New Year's?
No. My family is completely not Southern. We're Dutch immigrants and I live in the North. So
yeah, there you go.
We don't have any of that tradition at all.
Well, I mean, some of these things are from all other places. You never know what somebody might do.
Yep, that's true.
But anyway, so do you actually have any that you do?
We have participated in the fireworks sometimes, lighting off fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's well, I had a dog for a long time, so fireworks not
bad idea. No.
I have a kid that loves the noise. The noise is not good for me. So,
right.
But I love the look of fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've seen, and I think it would be totally cool if they just really adopted it. I think I saw it on America's Got Talent. Drones, light up drones with different colored lights, and
Oh,
they put them up in the sky and they light up in the
yep.
sky,
And then they even
just
do
like
little
fireworks.
patterns. Yep.
Yeah, they did big patterns. America's Got Talent and
Yeah.
pictures of the judges.
Amazing how they do that.
It is, and I think it's very much more environmentally friendly because, to be honest with you, regular fireworks, ordinance, is bad for the birds. It's bad for the dogs. It's bad for the animals in the wood. Like it's not
And
good.
you've got something burning that's falling on the ground.
Yeah,
So.
right. It's just even though it's a lot of fun. So, but we don't want to talk about stuff that's not fun. We want to talk about things.
That are good for the soul.
Yeah. I remember that when I was a kid. Coventina said they used to go outside and bang on pots and pans and yell Happy New Year. I remember that with a wooden spoon and a pot. I remember that when I was
a vague memory of that at some point in my life. Very vague.
That was way back when I used to be able to stay up to midnight. I don't know. I don't do so well with that anymore. Sometimes I make it, but not often. Anyway, okay. So what did you have the same list that I do? Do you have a favorite? I mean, there's so many. Like herring, I'm not eating. Like, I don't care. I don't want to eat herring. I'm not doing it. Black-eyed peas. I've never actually tasted black-eyed peas, but beans and I are not really friends. So, but I do like this one from Spain. At the stroke of midnight, people eat one grape for each chime of the clock, representing 12 months of good luck.
Okay, that's cool.
I think, I wonder how much. Okay, so bear with me here. I wonder if people that do such things are just inherently positive people.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that positive people attract positive circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if it's less about the ritual and more about the type of person that would actually
the good vibe that you're
the good
out
vibe
there.
that you're generating,
Yep.
Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah. So the one thing that we've talked about before and is a big part of New Year's is the resolution. And while we know most resolutions fall apart, what I like about resolutions, or whatever word you want to use, is the intention to make things good. The intentions to be a better person and to spread love and spread joy and walk in the light. Most resolutions have that vibe around them, and I think that's a very positive thing that we should acknowledge and promote. So I think that would be my favorite.
I like that. And the truth is that people who make resolutions, depending on their circumstances, I think that resolutions are a good thing. I agree with you. But I think that there are people who either make their resolutions too broad, or they don't look at them, like, I resolved to be a millionaire by the end of 2025. Meanwhile, I've got $2 in the bank. You know what I mean? Like, unrealistic.
Right. It's a stretch.
So instead of, I resolve to do what I can to attract abundance, and then, revisit that 3 or 4 or 6 times throughout the year.
Yep.
To see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Making the resolution and just thinking that it's some kind of magical potion.
Yep. I mentioned this in a past episode that we did, but one of the things that I realized is that the resolution has to be in the form of, I'm going to create a system to ensure my success. So for example, I'm going to lose weight this year. Well, no, I'm going to actually book in my calendar 30 minutes every day to exercise so that the resolution of losing weight actually happens. So you build in the system.
That if you're a system person, that totally works.
Okay. And if you're not, then you've got to figure out some way.
You got to figure out some other way. Right.
Yep.
And that's just my point. Like it's no one thing for anybody.
True.
Right. Like
Yep.
no one there's no one perfect answer for any of those things, because if they were, we would all be rich. We would all have the jobs of our dreams. We would all be thin, and we would all live in our dream homes, right? Like there's just no one perfect answer.
Yep. Rich,
But
thin,
that
and
doesn't
gorgeous.
mean we should give up or stop trying,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, the desire to move forward, the desire to walk in the light, that's gold. I mean, that's something
and to be honest, that's an easy resolution to keep.
that's
I
true.
mean, that really just literally means be kind,
Yeah.
be helpful when you can,
Yep.
don't do any harm, don't
Right.
attract any drama,
Right. No judgment.
no judgment. Actually, it's a state of neutral, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Free
true.
from assumption, judgment, self-doubt, and fear. And
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, say that again. That's a really nice phrase.
it's the one I've said numerous times,
I know,
so I'll
but
say it again.
please do.
Free from assumption, judgment, self-doubt, and fear.
Okay, everyone listening, write that down because that's your assignment for 2025.
There you go. And it's a part of any workshop that I teach.
Mhm.
So
But I'm just pointing out your gold, Angie. That was
well,
gold.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was going to say that, since I'm not really finding myself too terribly motivated to teach, I'm glad that you that you highlighted it. So
Mhm.
hopefully when we run it through the little thing in StreamYard to try and get what
A
do you call
short.
that? A
Right.
short. It will say that neutral state helps to balance energy, and balanced energy is resilient, and it is free from assumption, judgment, self-doubt, and fear. And maybe we'll be able to find it and cut it out.
Perfect.
But anyway, I mean, it's really interesting. Like, for example, I think most people know I go to Weight Watchers, and January is just crazy there.
I bet. It's like everyone's starting over.
Yeah, it's just crazy there. And then by, I don't know, the third week in February, the first week of March, it's pretty much back to normal.
Right.
People.
It's those amateurs.
Yeah, and and it's. I mean, I think there's a couple of things at play here. One is kind of on the downside, that a lot of us want change, but we're not willing to participate in the change.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just
that's
not
cool. Yep.
willing to participate in the change. But then
Yep.
this to me is the more interesting one, or I don't know, interesting, but how often are people making resolutions to bring them to a state that they think the rest of the world thinks they should be?
So it's not coming from within.
It's the pressure from without, peer pressure, family pressure, work pressure, whatever it might be.
What if one of those is like, I need to make more money because I need to be able to show off, right? That's
right.
Yep.
Keeping up with the Joneses,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And to be honest, that in particular, and many other like it, not walking in the light, right?
Nope.
You're walking out of alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Walking in the light is walking in alignment with who you are at soul level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and can you do light work and walk in the light? Absolutely. Do you have to do light work and walk in the light? No, you don't.
Nope. You can just be you.
You just need to turn on the switch, right? You can just be yourself. So, I don't know. It's hard. Life is hard. So life seems to be getting harder than it used to be, And I think some of the things that have brought us so close together are also kind of detrimental to, all this technology and the ability people have to make comments without any consequences. Those kind of things.
Drive-bys.
Yeah, right. Like, it's. And there are people who are more susceptible, I guess, to those types of things. And and it's sad, you know. I mean, really, I've decided for 2025, I just want to be simple. Now, obviously, my idea of simple and other people's idea of simple are maybe two different things, but I just want to do the work that allows me to create a tribe that I can help understand that they are all they need.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, learn from this person, learn from that person, learn from that person, but don't emulate any of them. Take that energy in and then accumulate it and create whatever it is that
your
for
authentic
you,
self.
right?
Yep.
So what else on this list could help us do such a thing? I have to tell you, and I'm not huge on cleaning the house, so but I like this idea. Like, I think this is kind of I have been known to open the windows on both sides of the house on New Year's Eve to let the air go through.
Oh, nice.
Because I believe that you can clear the energy in your home by opening the windows. A lot of people are like, you need to do this, you got to have sage, you got to have all that. And it works, you know, if you believe it works. But just open the windows. And then blast the music. But this is interesting to me. And I've heard this when it comes to sweeping. And I've also heard it when it comes to taking a shower. And I want to say they were both China.
Yep. I was just going to say.
Sweeping away the bad luck of the old year, but no sweeping on New Year's Day so that you don't sweep out the good fortune.
Right. Yep. I remember that when I lived there.
And then I also read, take a shower on New Year's Eve, but don't take a shower on New Year's Day, because the shower on New Year's Eve washes away all the like bad things that happened in the year. But now you've created this state of good fortune. You don't want to wash that away on the first day of the year. So I wonder how long.
That was really annoying to me when that was insisted on. Like, what? It would have been nice to know that.
I mean, it is kind of funny, you know, like when you think about it. I wonder how. I mean, I've seen people get paralyzed by, you know, like if my hair needs to get washed, I'm taking a shower. Like that just is what it is, right?
Tradition takes a back seat now.
Yeah. So, but I wonder if there are people who think if, you know, they accidentally did it or some circumstance, you know, they got skunked or something and had to take a shower, if that would ruin their whole year, you know? And I'd be so sorry for somebody that happened
so
to,
much,
you know?
yeah, who puts so much of their belief into, you know, something like that.
Right.
Well, it's like the broken mirror thing, like, oh my God, 7 years, right?
I know, isn't it? You know, it's so funny when you say that, because I've been watching a lot of like remodeling shows.
Okay.
And maybe I told this on the show already, but there was one where the house was, you know, from the 70s, and it was like wall to wall, mirrors, closet, mirrors. And I'm watching them with the sledgehammers hitting the mirrors. And I'm like, and then I thought
7 years, 14, 21, 28, boy, you're
but it was the Property Brothers. And I don't know, but I don't think those two are, you know, I don't think those two are wanting for luck, right? Like, I think they're all right.
They made their own luck.
Yeah, right. Well,
and you know what? Essentially, we all do, right?
Yes.
You make your own luck.
Now, you and I talked about here's another one. We've still got time. Perfect. I mean, it's going fast though, but we've still got time, because we also want to at the end read off the crazy ones and also do a little card reading with this new deck I got, the Yuletide Tarot.
It is the Midwinter, Yuletide Midwinter deck.
Oh, isn't that interesting? The magic of midwinter is on the book, but the Yuletide Tarot is on the box.
That is interesting. Someone rebranded along the way.
Yeah, a guide to the Yuletide Tarot. So it's an actual book. All right, well, I don't think I'll be reading it anytime soon, but that's okay.
You can send me the book.
I can send you a copy of the deck.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, Amazon dropships. Anyway, okay. So there is one that you and I were both looking at, and I don't want to miss out on the time to check into the lentils too, because I think the lentils is kind of interesting. But I like this one. Walking suitcases. Taking an empty suitcase for a walk around the block promises travel adventures in the coming year. Now, what could it hurt?
Neighborhood rumors, maybe.
There
There he goes again.
I mean, so that one is from Colombia.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that if you were in Colombia on New Year's Eve, you'd see a bunch of people doing it and nobody would have a problem with it.
That is a really interesting point. There are a lot of very localized traditions that don't make any sense anywhere else.
But I mean, if you think about it, energetically, right? So you've got the empty suitcase and you walk down the driveway, down to the streets, and you decide you're going to set the intention that walking this suitcase around the block sets you up for travel. How did they word it? Releasing? No, that's burning effigies. Hold on to that one. Promises travel adventures in the coming year. So you set that intention, and as you walk around the block, now you've got this empty suitcase with you. The old energy from the suitcase is clearing out from the places you've been and creates space for new places to go, right? Like,
okay, yep.
Energetically speaking, I really think that I can get behind such a thing.
So, question, could I walk around with an empty wallet and give the energy?
Why not?
Energy of receiving more?
Why not? Why
Okay.
why not? Why not? Why not?
All right.
I mean,
I will give that a try.
I think that, I love that if you really think about it. Like,
Yeah. Walk around the block with an empty purse,
yeah.
symbolizing the old
Now, you need to
patterns
put, but
leaving.
you have to
and
you have to put seed money in it. That's
okay,
what
I'll
I'm
go with that.
hearing.
I'll go
You
with
have
that.
to put some seed money in it. Like, I see a penny. Like, that's what I see as a penny. So you put some seed money in it, and then there you go. See, you had it right there.
I do.
You set the intention
On my
with the
altar.
penny for it to attract more like itself, and then take that walk. I love that idea.
Okay.
Some of these things are pretty cool. Maybe in our time off, because we haven't actually talked about it, but it seems like we might be taking off because Wednesdays are holidays this year.
Well, we're just shifting our recording day.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot. That's good. Anyway, we should each pick at least one of these things and do some kind of a journal
Okay.
where we check in on it, like,
All
okay,
right.
we did one of these rituals, and just try to pay attention to things that happen.
All right.
So any of you that are listening, you've got, let me just read through these really quick and then we'll talk back, about some more so that
And listeners, pick one, listeners.
yes, pick one, but I'm going to put them so that they're all in one, together. So eating herring, pickled herring, is Eastern Europe and Scandinavia. It is believed to bring good fortune and prosperity, as the silvery fish symbolizes wealth. Black-eyed peas symbolize coins, and if you eat them with greens and cornbread, that also symbolizes paper money and gold. So that's black-eyed peas. 12 grapes is 12 grapes at midnight, representing 12 months of good luck. And then there's koshi soba noodles, which are Japanese long noodles.
Yep.
And they signify longevity and resilience. And if you go and check out thefoodnetwork.com, Molly Ye had a really good recipe for long noodles on her last episode, or on one of the episodes I watched recently. So there's that, long noodles. I mean, I always eat my spaghetti long, so maybe that counts.
That does count.
Right?
Right.
Round fruits, that's from the Philippines. Families display 12 round fruits to symbolize wealth and luck for each month of the year. I mean, you can find round grapes. I guess apples are round, oranges are round.
Grapefruits.
Grapefruits are round. I take blood pressure meds though, so I can't eat
Oh,
grapefruit.
well,
But
that's right. That'll conflict.
I don't know why exactly,
You know
but
what? That I've had medicines that said do not eat with grapefruit. I'm like,
yeah,
what do you
a
guys
lot
have
of them
against
do.
grapefruit?
Okay, so that's round fruits. Now the next one is China, and it's cleaning house, sweeping away the bad luck for the old year, but don't sweep on New Year's Day. Um, Jumping waves, that's Brazil, jumping over 7 waves and making a wish with each one to bring luck, love, and prosperity. I mean, if a listener is near an ocean, I guess that'll work.
Hey, we
I
got
don't
Lake
know
Michigan nearby, right?
yeah,
You want
well,
to throw it over there.
I'm not about to go anywhere near Lake Michigan and the waves. So now
More in the winter.
this one I'm not really sure about, but Denmark breaking plates. People smash dishes on the doorsteps of friends and family to bring them good fortune. I'm thinking I might not be too happy if somebody came and smashed a bunch of plates on my front porch, but just saying.
I would hope they're small ceremonial plates rather than like,
Yeah, right.
the good
Like
stuff.
on a big pile of dinner plates. And actually, that would be, I think this might be the only one. So this reads as people smash dishes on the doorsteps of friends and family to bring them good fortune. So that's like a gift, right?
Oh,
Because
interesting. You're doing it
you're
for someone
inviting good
else.
fortune for someone else.
That's really interesting. We haven't talked about that, right?
Let's hold that thought and revisit that. Maybe
All
there's a
right.
way that we can go back to that and
Yeah, that's
without
good.
smashing plates, maybe. Here's a good one. Now, I was going to leave these to the end, but I am going to leave it to the end. Not that one. First footing. The first person to enter your home after midnight should bring gifts like coal, bread, whiskey for good luck. And then we talked about the walking suitcases.
Right. Whiskey and good luck.
Yeah, right.
Reminds me of a joke I heard. According to the chemists, whiskey is a solution.
Good one. Okay, and then lentils. Lentils resemble small coins, so they are thought to bring wealth and financial good fortune to the coming year. So either have them as a meal. In Italy, they have it with sausage. In Brazil, they're sometimes served in salads or soups, often as the first meal of the year to set the tone for abundance. But in Chile, in some regions, people carry lentils in their pockets or sprinkle them around the home for good fortune. Now, I've
cool.
also, in additional research, read that people toss them.
Yep.
Now, I don't think you should be tossing lentils around your home if you got animals, first of all. But
or if you've got neighbors.
I mean, you could, if you had one of those little pouches, like the Crystal's pouches, little organza bag with lentils in them, and a piece of rosemary and perhaps a rose quartz would be a good idea to put in there. Yeah, exactly. Like some people call it a mojo bag. Some people call it a like a medicine bag. Put them in your wallet. That's a really good idea too, right? I mean, because lentils are so tiny, you could totally put them
that's
in your
true.
wallet.
I was thinking of like lima beans. That would be a little too big.
Oh yeah, no, lentils. And I would use the red ones because in Asia, red is abundance. Like how they have the red envelope.
Yep. That's a big deal over there. You know what color is not good? White. White is used for funerals.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. When you look at weddings in Asia, none of them are
no
wearing
white dresses. They're all pink or red or
Interesting.
Yeah, very.
Well, I mean, I guess it's opposite ends, right? Oh yeah, red front doors.
The red front doors, that's also a big deal.
I would do red with gold.
Yep.
Like
red with gold is huge. Every little
that's a feng shui.
Every storefront has a red sign that has a New Year greeting and then a little gold tassels or little gold trinkets attached to it.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Because I have I was going through, so I have my grid for financial freedom, which is citrine, rosemary, and then quartz points. But I added to it a gold piggy bank.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I read somewhere in feng shui a gold piggy bank, helps attract abundance. I mean, I've had this grid laid out for probably a decade, doing okay. So
yep. We're still here.
we're still, yeah. I mean, we're definitely doing okay. Like every time I think there can't possibly be another windfall, one shows up.
That's
been
awesome.
happening for years.
That's
so
awesome. I love that.
Me too. Okay, so now let's go back to breaking place, because I like the idea of a New Year's ritual or a New Year's tradition where you do something for your neighbors or your family.
Right. You're actually putting the good wish on them.
Right. So what could you put on their doorstep rather than a busted plate? I mean,
you know what we do in this country is cookies. People bring, not specifically for New Year's, but around the
that
holidays.
is true. You're right.
Baked
Cookies.
goods, right? Baked goods is always welcome.
Yep, that's true. Or you could get yourself a handful of tiger eye, pyrite.
Hey, now there's a tradition, a little bag of like little tiny crystal pieces.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that idea.
Yeah, you could totally do that. I have I just gifted a bunch of them because I had made for an event I did that I didn't wind up using them. Is those little organza bags with a piece of rosemary and a rose quartz heart, and that represents love and abundance. Cool. So something like that, to the neighbors would be really a lovely little thing. Everybody's got these doorbells now, though, so everybody's going to know who did. But
well, that's why they have disguises. So you just go in a disguise.
Oh, there you go. There's some kind of prowler.
Martha, call the cops.
Oh my gosh. And then here's another one, and I'd like to talk about this for a few minutes because there are significant times, right, on New Year's Eve when the clock changes. In fact, I used to know somebody. You're an hour later than I, right?
Yep.
Is the UP in 2 time zones or something?
Yes.
Okay, so I remember, I think it was my next door neighbors who have a cabin up somewhere up there, and they would celebrate New Year, the New Year coming in one place, and then they would hurry across to get, they would cross over the timeline to get to midnight on the other side of the timeline. Anyway, so the point of the question is this, that there's significant times. So like for me, 11 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock by you, so midnight, when as the earth turns and the new year is being ushered in. I love this idea of quiet reflection. Many cultures focus on setting intentions or offering prayers to bring clarity and purpose to the year ahead. I love the idea of sitting with the plan of, putting the information out there and saying, listen, when it's midnight where you are, just for a moment, a minute maybe, close your eyes and set the intention to connect to the network of people that we are creating, to light up that network and bring light and love and clarity and purpose, to the entire world. And I believe that those are the kind of things that we can do that have an effect on everybody without interfering with anybody's free will.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're sending everyone a blessing, basically.
Right. You're sending everyone a blessing, and you are shifting the frequency in some way of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And if enough people do it, I seem to remember, and I haven't really looked into it in a long time, I think there is a it's got something to do with like the Reiki International. Something about the Reiki, and they have a place where they have a crystal grid somewhere that everybody at certain times of the year have the intention of focusing energy.
Yes, I'm on that list. I get their messages roughly quarterly, and there's a mass there's an agreement. Everyone meditates using the crystal grid at the same time, sending goodwill and love and light to the world.
I think that's so important. We should look into that a little bit further. And,
okay, that's a great episode idea.
Yeah, yes, the episode is, ways we can contribute to the light, right?
Oh, that's good.
Not just that particular episode, but all the ways we can do it. Yep. And I have lots of cool ideas. North and South Poles once a month at 7:30 p.m. Coventina, you're the bomb.
Wow, like what a great resource. Thank you, Coventina. That's awesome.
Anyway, okay.
For 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not a huge commitment. It's like
so 7:30 p.m. What time zone, I wonder?
I think you do it in your time zone, so it's like.
Oh, you know what? I think I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say something about the time zone and the poles.
Current time. Yep. So for your time zone, so they get the whole world within that 24-hour period.
And it's
it passes.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
I love that idea. I'm gonna look into that and participate in that. In fact, what'd be really cool. Oh man. What would be really cool is to stream it when we do it.
I was just thinking exactly the same thing. I got the same download on you.
I can, because I can send energy while we're doing it. I can beam energy and stream it, and then other people can participate.
Sign me up. I'll do it. I'll be there.
Okay, that's fantastic. 15 minutes
time is going faster than it used to.
Nice or not nice? I don't know. That means. Well, I've made peace with the fact that there's more time behind me than in front of me. So I guess for right now, that's why I don't participate in fear. It's usually the second Wednesday. Oh, so you could go have dinner and then come back.
Okay, that's
because it's on a Wednesday. So
I've already got that time open.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's a great idea. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, already we're almost at 40 minutes.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna the ones that were a little bit crazy.
The crazy ones, yeah.
And I didn't say too many because some of them are just nuts, but the two that really stood out to me, one is wearing red or yellow underwear. In Latin America, red symbolizes love and passion, while yellow represents wealth and success. So if you want wealth and success, wear yellow underwear on New Year's Eve.
All right.
Or, red and yellow stripes, maybe, so you can cover it all. And then
I can see an Amazon wish list with that.
Yeah, right, with red and yellow striped underwear. Oh gosh, that's so funny. And then in Ecuador, people burn effigies representing the old year, releasing negative energy and welcoming the new. That's not as strange as it seemed when I read the words burning effigies.
Actually China does, China and Taiwan they burn spirit money, but it's for a different reason, right? It's little strips of paper, very thin, kind of tissue paper that you put in an urn that's, on your front steps, and the money lights on fire. It's not real money. It's just paper that, was printed. It lights on fire to give currency to the spirit world. And also a lot of them have like lucky sayings on them. So you burn it and it gives it.
Oh, it's at a funeral. At least in this one particular thing.
Yeah. Now what I experienced is on their twice a month full moon and new moon worship days.
Oh, okay.
They also do it then, and it's just part of the ritual.
To honor the spirits of the dead and help them in the afterlife. They don't need help in the afterlife, but okay.
Nope, they're fine.
They're fine there.
We need all the help we can get over here, though.
Yeah, we definitely do. Interesting. Wow. I mean, there's so many different things. I would love to hear anybody that's listening, if you decide that you're going to pick something up, or if you're going to take something from our list, if you could make a commitment to keeping a little notebook or just a note, a clipboard, whatever, to see if it has made any noticeable difference. Whether it will or it won't, I don't know, but I think it's
you know what, the very fact of keeping that energy going forward and
exactly
reminding
right.
yourself of it, I think that will actually
I think it's so I've been in a few, but in one of the masterminds, I think it was, well, I don't know which one. Anyway, there were a number of people who were saying that they felt like with their work, they were like 2 steps from the door and the door was open, and it was, they were close to the door. And as soon as people started saying that, I saw like a rope just come from the door, from one side of the door to the side that they were on. I could see it like it would be something cool to guide people through in a meditation.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, here's the rope, connect to the rope, hold on to the rope so that you can, so that you have something to anchor yourself to that, to that outcome you're trying to create. And so really that's what you're talking about.
Yep.
Is that rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yep.
it comes in all different forms. Energetic is one thing, but then there's the physical. They all
work together. It works together. The metaphysical side and the physical side work together.
Yep. So okay, so let's see.
Let's read that card.
Sprinkle them around the house. We're gonna do the card, but John, which are you gonna do a ritual? Have you picked one?
I mean, pick like pull a card from a deck?
No, have you picked a ritual from the list?
I'm gonna try the one of the purse with seed money and walk around the block.
I like that.
Yep, I will try that one.
I actually think I'm gonna find myself a small suitcase and walk around the block, or maybe put it in the car, drive around the block. It's cold here.
Yes, it is. And New Year's weekend is going to be really cold.
Yeah, I haven't seen really the weather for that here yet, but I don't know, because Christmas is going to be warm, like 40 here.
Yeah, here too.
Which my family from Houston, who is dying to see snow, is probably not going to happen.
Tell them to come a week later, and they'll have more of it than they could possibly know what to do.
Yeah, well, back at work by then, and it'll probably be in the 70s in Houston. That's all right. Okay. Anyway, all right. So now we're going to draw cards, 2 cards. We're going to each draw a card. P.S. The Archangel Michael Sword of Light deck reappeared, so now I have 2.
Outstanding.
That is the way that it works, and it is exactly in a place that I looked at. Okay, so the Reiki meditations for next year will be on the 1st of every month, so the days of the week are different.
Okay,
but that's all right. I know that the first one is Wednesday. The first of January is a Wednesday.
Right, that's true.
But that's okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, it was exactly in a spot that I looked like 300 times, and it wasn't there, and now all of a sudden it's there. So I don't know.
Remind me, which archangel is the one in charge of lost things?
Chamuel.
Okay. Maybe we need to have a little chat with him.
No, we need to have a chat with Pinky the fairy, who is hiding.
Yeah, the fairies, right?
Yeah, Pinky the fairy. I got a new guide. Her name is Pinky. She is a fairy. She likes to hide my stuff. Anyway, okay. So now we're drawing a card because we're coming to a close of the year. And I want to do it today because we still have another, couple of weeks in December. I think we did this once already, but what should we leave behind in 2025? What should we? Okay, wait. I'm going to say what we should leave behind in 2025, and you should say what we should bring with us
Okay.
in
I will
2025.
draw a card for what we need to bring forward.
Yep. So I'm going, what should we leave behind? Okay, it's not that one. It's that one. All right. So what should we leave behind in 2024? Now I just have to go back to this is an interesting deck. I'm betting, yeah, I got it. I was like, I'm betting the suit of gifts is coins, and I was correct. So I am learning.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay, so for what should we leave behind in 2025, I pulled the Ace of Gifts. This is a really lovely deck, actually. Yep. The Ace of Gifts. The cards are nice. They're easy to shuffle because they're not huge. They don't have a ton of words on them, only symbols. Interesting. Okay. I don't need the book. Okay, so I don't really know what the Ace of Coins in traditional tarot means, but I know what I see here. So that's what I'm going with.
So you go with that, and I'll give my interpretation in a second.
Okay, so it's really, I love this because, I'm all about simple. Set the intention. You could do this on New Year's Eve. Set the intention to fill a box just like this on New Year's Eve with that which no longer serves a useful purpose. Just imagine yourself filling it up piece by piece. No need to revisit. Wrap it up in a beautiful package, tie it with a bow just like this, and send it off on a new adventure. So what should you release? That which no longer serves a useful purpose. And now you can dial it in with Ace of Coins.
Missed opportunities is what you need to leave behind. So the Ace of Pentacles in the, what it usually means is huge opportunities coming your way. And it's like seed money, planting the seeds for the future, new ideas. But because we're leaving it behind, I'm going to use that as the reversed, or what they call the shadow, shadow version of the card. And the shadow version of the card is like financial loss, missed opportunities, missing the bigger picture.
So regrets.
Yes, regrets. Leaving behind the regrets and the missed opportunities. Leave that all behind. You have opportunities galore.
Well, you need to create space for the new opportunities coming towards you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Okay.
I drew a card for what we need to have coming in 2025.
Yep. What do we need to bring with us?
I drew from the Kyle Gray Archangel 22 Archangel Oracle deck.
Oh, a new deck.
Yes. And
we just got that deck, didn't we?
I believe so. Yep. But I pulled the card of Orion, and he is the manifestation guy. Focus your energy on unwavering faith to manifest the outcome that you require. And what could possibly be more forward-looking for the new year than that?
Right.
The message from the book says that this is a blessed time. Angels are drawing close to you and encouraging you to continue focusing on the life you want to create and the blessings that you are ready to receive. Believe you can create anything.
What's interesting to me is that Orion is a winter constellation.
Oh,
so Orion is here.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow.
Right. Nice Orion. Yes. Orion is here as we move from one year to the next. Orion is here in our sky because he's a winter constellation.
Yep.
And the place that my soul originates from is in Orion's belt. So I
Sweet.
just love that.
Wow,
Like, I just love it.
That kind of brings it all home.
It really does. And I love the idea of, I mean, what you're really saying is bring with you into 2025 a sense of wonder and a sense that all things are possible.
Yeah.
And that you're ready for whatever 2025, has in store. Don't look at it like, oh, I just hope it's better than this year. I just hate when I hear people say things like that, because
you're setting it up for a comparison. No,
and
flush that out, clear it out, start fresh.
Yeah. What is it? Cancel, clear, delete. Is that what they say?
Yeah. Yes.
Cancel, clear, delete.
Yep.
Anyway, so as it turns out, this is not the last day we're going to see you for this year. So we will come up with some really cool things to do. Now you've had the opportunity to take your whatever your rituals are. Let us know in the next couple of weeks in the comments if you've come up with something for yourself to do. I haven't exactly decided yet, but I have to tell you, I am so intrigued with the lentils that I believe I'm going to buy it. Actually, we have a store where you can get like bulk.
Yeah. Bulk.
So that means I can buy just
a
little small container, because it's another thing that I can't eat. It does. They don't like me. I don't mind them, but they don't like me very much. So, but for some reason I'm intrigued with the idea, and I believe in my mind, it seems like they should be red lentils.
Sure.
So I'm going to go buy a little, myself a little container of red lentils, and maybe I'll sprinkle them all over the place. Not in my house though.
You'll be cleaning up for weeks. Going, what
right. Anyway, so that's that. So that's what we've got for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
To you loyal listeners, we so appreciate you. We will keep you posted on how we're going to sort out the idea of the Reiki meditations.
Yep.
Because I really think it'd be a great idea to live stream them. And again, if you've listened this far, thank you so much. And if you have not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. And past that, happy Christmas, happy New Year, Merry everything, whatever, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is for you. And we will see you next week. We decided what day, right? Or did we?
But we're keeping it a secret.
Okay, we're keeping it a secret. Well, we'll let you know as soon as we remember. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next week sometime. Towards the end of the week, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.